In the previous lesson, we learned how to do a perpendicular bisector of a segment and an angle bisector. We're going to use those two um, skills today to work with triangles and find what is called a circumcenter of a triangle and an incenter of a triangle. So what we're going to find is that we're going to have three lines meet at one point, which is called the point of concurrency. And when we use the perpendicular bisectors, that point of concurrency is called the circumcenter. And we'll show you why it's called the circumcenter in just a moment. So the theorem says that the perpendicular bisectors will all meet in one point of a triangle. So, and that point is called the circumcenter. What you can use that point for is to draw a circle around your triangle that touches all of the vertices of the triangle. So if you have an acute triangle, that circumcenter is going to be inside the triangle and it's going to go ahead and hit all of the vertices. If you have a right triangle, that circumcenter is going to be on the hypotenuse, in the midpoint of the hypotenuse, and it's going to hit all of the vertices. And if you have an obtuse triangle, that circumcenter is going to go outside of that triangle and meet. This just quickly shows you how you can use just a straight edge and a compass to create that. What you would do is you would put the compass from, say, point A to B, and then just from the A you would draw an arc above and below that line, and then you would do the same from the B, and then you would draw a line with your ruler where those cross. You would repeat the same with BC. Note you only need to do two to find the circumcenter because the third one will also meet there as well. So when we're looking at it on a graph, again, we just need to do two. So we're looking at a right triangle. It's got a horizontal line and a vertical line. What we're going to do is find the midpoints of those lines in order to find the line that will go through. And we'll find that those lines meet on the hypotenuse at a certain point, which is going to be the midpoint of the hypotenuse. So here we have a couple of triangles. We have the one on the left has -2 and negative 2 and 5 for R, -6 and 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to add those -2 and 6 together, add them together, and divide by 2, and we're going to get x equals -4. So where x equals -4, we're going to draw a line, and then we're going to go over to our r and t, and our r value for the y is 5. Our t value is -1. Add those together and divide by 2. We get 4 divided by 2 is 2. So y equals 2. So our circumcenter is -4 and 2. Looking at this problem here, we have w and x, which is a horizontal line, and we go -1 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 0. So we know we have 0 for one of our points, and then we're going to go from x and y. We have 4 plus -6, which is -2, divided by 2 equals -1. So our y value is -1. Our point then is 0, -1 for our circumcenter. And now we're looking for what's called the incenter. Okay, this is a point where all of the perpendicular bisectors are going to, or angle bisectors are going to meet, and we're going to find that when you draw a parallel or perpendicular line to each of the sides from that point, that That center would be the center of a circle that we hit all of those points where you draw perpendicular lines. So in the figure, ND is equal to 5x minus 1 and NE is equal to 2x plus 11. We want to find NF. So as the solution shows, we're just going to set 5x minus 1 equals 2x plus 11 to find our value for x. Then we're going to use that value and substitute it into one of our original equations to find the length of that line, which is 19, which 19 would also equal f. Can NG be equal to 18? Explain your reasoning. The shortest distance from the point is a straight line, so it would actually have to have a length greater than 19. Alright, here we're given QM is equal to 3x plus 8, and that QN is equal to 7x plus 2, and we want to find QP. So we're going to go 3x plus 8 is equal to 7x plus 2. I'm going to subtract 3x over here, subtract 3x over here, subtract 2, 6, and 4. X is going to equal 3 halves. So we're going to go into the original equation, and we're going to get 21 half. We're going to go 7 times 3 over 2 plus 2 is equal to 21 over 2 plus 2, which is 4 over 2. We're going to have 25 over 2, or 12.5 will be our QP. This shows how to construct the angle bisectors. Basically what you do is you draw an arc from across from your angle, and then you're going to put the protractor across that angle and draw 2 arcs to the outside, and then the vertex and the crossing of those lines would be where your in-center is going to meet, or will be your angle bisector, and then where the angle bisectors cross will be the in-center. So if we want to look at this problem, we would need to do that same type of thing. We would need to do a little bit of an arc across here, and then we measure that value, and then we draw arcs out here based upon that, and then we draw a line through here to here, something like that. And we would continue to do that with the other 3 angles until we found the in-center of that triangle.